Hello and good evening. Today is Saturday, July 9th, 2021. I'm Frosty Creeper, and this is Staff Untangled on CBC, where we give you a recap of the staff meeting's hot topics before it happens. The July 2021 General Staff Meeting will be happening tomorrow, Sunday, July 10th at 7 p.m. Coordinated Universal Time. Tomorrow's agenda coming up. No new mods for July 2021. Crumple raises questions about third-party rail ride rules. Proposed MRT World Heritage Sites to be treated like premier city. Witness testimony could soon be used as mod nominations. Autobus 22 proposes to shorten trustee endorsement forms. Clarification requested for franchise relocation rule. Aurora proposes an A84 service road. A746 is re-proposed for the fifth time. Funding request for Formula MRT with Caravaca replaced by Rattlerville. Avanish 2008 requests funding for Game Show of Game Shows. Molestia proposes franchise building contest with Expo 2021 as here. HBD 2011 makes its second IAT for another one of GSM's assets. Autobus 22 requests triple IAT for Gamma Northwest. Remote Lake 39 could be renamed. No new mods for July 2021. No new moderators will be promoted at tomorrow's GSM, as none of the three candidates received enough nominations to be considered. MC Protocol, HBD 2011, and Dinty B all received one nomination each from various players, with a nomination for ST the Cat by Labsillian being rejected for lack of detail and evidence. There has been some indication that the nominators plan on renominating their candidates at the next GSM. Frumple raises questions about third-party rail line rules. Frumple has proposed a change in the way the 300 and 500 block rule applies to third-party railway lines. He pointed out that a rule instituted in October 2017, stating that rail companies do not own the land surrounding their rail lines, has disappeared from the rules page sometime in the last 3 years. This comes after a report to staff was made by an unnamed railway company owner complaining that another player had started a town within 500 blocks of their railway line without notifying them. Stemming from this, Frumple has proposed that a rule regarding the ownership of land around rail lines be added back onto the rules page, but in his proposal, he has also added a clause explicitly excluding standalone structures from having 300 and 500 block radii. This drew pushback from some railway companies and players, with Autobus 22 sending a response to staff, stating his objection to the change in the rule, citing an example of how an unauthorized rail line built in close proximity to a certain standalone structure by Heaven Angel ruined the atmosphere of the area. The said letter was also co-signed by Frosty Creeper 10 and Heaven Angel. Proposed MRT World Heritage Sites to be treated like premier cities. With the server's 9th anniversary coming up, a proposal has been made by London Thameslink to allow for the establishment of MRT World Heritage Sites to protect certain structures in towns that have significance in server history. The proposal includes provisions for such heritage sites to be World Guard protected, exempted from IATs, and given a warp at the Welcome Center. Autobus 22 later sent in some questions regarding what constitutes a heritage site and how it would be decided which structures and towns would be declared heritage sites. He stated that he feels this proposal would be unhelpful for the community, as it had the possibility of creating competition and feelings of superiority and inferiority among players surrounding the way which places would be chosen to become heritage sites. Witness testimony could soon be used as mod nominations. A proposal has been submitted by Frumple that, if approved, would mean that for the first time, witness testimony without attached evidence would be accepted as valid moderator nominations. This comes after numerous complaints from players about how difficult and tedious it is
to collect evidence for mod noms, which many have reported as one of the biggest reasons that they don't bother to nominate candidates they believe are qualified for the position. This proposal was not without controversy, as there were long debates regarding the merit of the proposal in the forum channel, focusing mostly on how much importance should really be placed on hard evidence like chat logs or screenshots. A point of contention was the alleged "seek and ye shall find" bias brought up by Autobus 22, with Frumple responding that even with an alternative system in place, this bias wouldn't be eliminated anyways. At one point in the discussion, Godzilla Train drafted a proposal for a new staff position below mod named Conductor that in the original proposal was given world edit powers and access to staff paperwork. Though based on suggestions from other players shortly after it was released, this was reduced to only having world edit access. Eventually, Gods withdrew his proposal in deference to Frumple's current proposal, stating that he would submit it again for reconsideration should Frumple's proposal not work after 6 months. Autobus 22 proposes to shorten trustee endorsement forms. Autobus 22 has submitted quite a short proposal simply asking for the third and last question on trustee endorsement forms to be removed. Please give your reasons as to why you are giving this player an endorsement and why you think this player deserves the trustee rank. He believes that it's useless as there's really no further way to elaborate an answer to that question other than saying that the player being endorsed fulfills the requirement for trustee. Clarification requested for franchise relocation rule. In Otto's second proposal of the GSM, he has asked for the rules page to explicitly state a policy that is already being enforced informally by the staff. The policy in question is that even though both the railway and franchise rules apply to third-party rail lines, the railway rule prohibiting unauthorized edits to railway lines takes precedence over the franchise rule allowing franchises to be moved within a town without notification or consent from the franchise owner. Aurora proposes an A84 service road. A new B road has been proposed in the Aurora region, the B84, to serve as a service road parallel to the A84 between the community town of Augusta and Grassbush, a recently restarted project of MF Modge. Captain Obi, mayor of Carnoustie, the largest city in the Aurora region, has stated that he believes the off-the-beaten-track alternative to the A84 motorway would add more realism to the largely rural region. Plans have also been announced for future extension of the B84 to Calaro City from Grassbush and even deeper into the Zeta's northwest. A746 is reproposed for the 5th time. The A746 between Jianghua and Colpino has been reproposed again for the 5th time by Lithium Minery X due to slow progress on the road's construction. Lithium is requesting permission to continue construction on the remaining portion of Phase 1 of the A746 up to Jianghua's border with Avalon. Construction had to be stopped as the interchange with the B756 to fall away as the site lies on the border between Jianghua and Avalon, an inactive town owned by Dieter, who at the time of this broadcast has not been on the server for 2 years, 1 month, and 9 days. The A746 was first approved as a section of an A6 plan in October or November of 2016 that was never built. When that plan was cancelled, the section between Colpino and Jianghua was proposed and approved as an unnumbered B road in September 2017. A month later, the B road was upgraded into an A road and designated as the A746. A proposal was made in February 2019 to renumber the road into the A6, but it was denied by staff due to concerns about land scarring. In April 2019, Phase 2 of the road was approved for the first time from Jianghua to Bird Hall. Phase 2 was proposed and approved once again in August 2019 with the condition that the road would be underground. Funding request for Formula MRT with Caravaca replaced by Rattlerville. Moving on to events, Harbor Random 852 has submitted a funding request for Formula MRT, a horse racing event with 6 races to be spread out between 6 different cities across the New World: Rattlerville, Wazamawazi, Biwabik, Beachview, Nymphalia, and Otya Islands. Each race is planned to have 6 to 8 racers, with prizes ranging from the $100 for the runner-up in an individual prix to the $1,000 grand prize for the overall winner. The interest poll Harbor conducted in Discord showed more than 60% interest in the event among the polled players. Caravaca, where we are right now, was meant to be one of the 6 hosts of Formula MRT, but the town withdrew when Fresk stated his intention to leave the MRT server, being replaced by Rattlerville on the 24th of June. Avanish 2008 requests funding for Game Show of Game Shows. Avanish 2008 has also submitted a funding request for the Game of Gaming, a game show of game shows. The proposal didn't go into much detail, though what we do know is that every level of the Game of Gaming will be inspired from a different game show, with Avanish citing longtime shows like Big Brother, Survivor, and The Mole as examples for the levels. The event is planned to have 9 to 10 participants and will last 4 to 5 days back to back. He has requested a total of $2,250 in funding for the event, with a grand prize of $1,000 for the overall winner. Malesi proposes franchise building contest with Expo 2021 as tier. Malesi is requesting funding for Expo 2021 as tier, which if approved will be the server's third major franchise building contest. It is a continuation of the Expo event franchise and takes inspiration from Expo 2019 Creeperville, held in what is now SM Iran Mall. Unlike Expo 2019, all the plots at Expo 2021 will be outdoors. The event is slated to run from the 14th of July to the 31st of July, with a week and a half for the building phase and another week for the voting phase. There is roughly 50% interest in the event according to the interest poll by Malesi in the event's announcements channel. Expo 2021 S tier is planned to be held at T57 Station, which Malesi has also requested a rename for. First prize is set at $1,000, second at $500, third at $250, and $25 for participation. HVT 2011 makes second IAT for another one of GNZ's assets. For the second staff meeting in a row, HVT 2011 has requested an inactive asset transfer for an asset of GNZ. This time, HVT is requesting an IAT for GN's town of Dulwich, which is located directly south of HVT's city of Tranquil Forest. GNZ has not been on the server since the last IAT request HVT made for Southern Plains Rail. HVT is IATing Dulwich for many of the same reasons he requested Southern Plains Rail, to integrate them better into the Tranquil Forest metropolitan area. Autobus 22 requests triple IAB in the Gamma Northwest. Autobus 22 has requested 3 inactive asset bypasses in the Gamma Northwest within the vicinity of Larkspur. All 3 towns and structures have little to no indication of their owners. These IABs come as Raillink expands aggressively in the Gamma and Epsilon Northwest regions, with Raillink service commencing at Savage City Hauptbahnhof just a few days ago. Remote Lake 39 could be renamed. All the mayors of Lake 39 in the far northwest of the New World have submitted a request for the body of water to be renamed to the Eilean Sea, Eilean being Irish for island. The large but sparsely populated sea is bordered by only 5 towns, the largest being the senator city of Las Playas. Getting to the area using transit has become easier since the opening of Las Playas International Airport, though regional transit is still quite difficult with the dominant mode of transport for visitors being /Speed 10 flying. And that's the agenda for the July 2021 General Staff Meeting. 2 topics previously on the agenda regarding the plagiarism rules and rewarding server votes on listing websites were deferred to the August GSM. So don't forget to tune in again to Staff Untangled for the July 2021 Infrastructure Staff Meeting and the August 2021 General Staff Meeting, only on ZBC.